Baylen Out Loud. Baylen reacts to fans mimicking her tics. It's extremely uncomfortable. Baylen, a well-known personality on social media and a figure with an inspiring story, is used to the spotlight. She has built a large following due to her authenticity and her openness about her life. However, like many people in the public eye, there are moments when she faces unexpected challenges that highlight both the positive and the darker sides of being constantly in the public's gaze. One of these challenges, which has recently garnered attention, involves fans who mimic Baylen's tics, something that has left her feeling both disturbed and uncomfortable. In a candid and heartfelt statement, Baylen opened up about the intense discomfort she feels when fans replicate the involuntary movements that are a part of her daily life. This situation sheds light on a much broader issue that people with tics, especially those with Tourette syndrome or other neurological conditions, often face. It's a topic that is both personal and deeply important to discuss. Baylen's response has opened a door for a larger conversation about respect, boundaries, and the impact that mimicry can have on individuals living with conditions that cause involuntary behaviors. Baylen has always been transparent about her experience living with tics, which are often associated with Tourette syndrome. Tics are involuntary movements or sounds that people make, and in Baylen's case, they are a part of her life. Her openness about her struggles has made her a role model for many, particularly for others who experience similar challenges. Despite this, Baylen has expressed her concern that some fans, who see her as a source of inspiration, have begun imitating her tics. Initially, this behavior might seem harmless or even flattering, but for Baylen, it is anything but. "I've been living with these tics for as long as I can remember," Baylen shared in a recent post. "It's not something I can control, and it's a part of who I am. But when people start copying them, it feels like they're making fun of me. It's extremely uncomfortable." The issue arose after Baylen began posting videos where her tics were visible, and her fans started reacting to her content. While many were supportive, there was a growing trend of people mimicking the way Baylen moved or made sounds. For Baylen, these imitations went beyond the realm of simple fan admiration. They reminded her that she was not just a content creator, but also a person living with a medical condition. The act of mimicry, even though unintentional for some, brought forth a sense of vulnerability that she had not anticipated. For anyone living with tics or other involuntary behaviors, having those actions imitated by others can be emotionally taxing. Tics are not voluntary, and they can often be disruptive in social situations, drawing unwanted attention. When people mimic them, it can feel like a mockery of a condition that the individual has little control over. For Baylen, the emotional weight of this mimicry is hard to ignore. "It's hard enough dealing with my tics in my everyday life. But when someone else starts mimicking them, it feels like they're not seeing me for who I am. They're seeing my tics and making them a joke. It makes me feel small," she explained. "I want people to understand that my tics are not something I can turn on or off for their entertainment. They're part of me, and I have to live with them every day." Baylen's words are a reminder of how easily people can cross boundaries, even when they believe they are showing affection or admiration. What might seem like a harmless act of mimicry can have a deep emotional impact on the person being imitated, especially when that person has little control over the actions being copied. In her post, Baylen didn't just express her discomfort. She also took the opportunity to educate her followers about the realities of living with tics. Her message was one of understanding and respect, asking her fans to consider the emotional toll that mimicry can have. Baylen emphasized that while she appreciates her fans' support, there is a line that should not be crossed. The line between admiration and objectification. "I know that many of you look up to me, and I'm grateful for that. But it's important to understand that the things I go through aren't for entertainment," she stated. "When you mimic my tics, it doesn't make me feel like I'm being celebrated. It makes me feel like my struggles are being reduced to a joke." Baylen's call for respect is one that resonates with many people living with conditions that involve involuntary movements or sounds. The act of mimicking someone's behavior, especially when that behavior is out of the person's control, is not only disrespectful but can also deepen feelings of isolation. For Baylen, the experience has been a powerful reminder that being in the public eye requires constant vigilance over how one is perceived and how their actions are interpreted. After Baylen's post, many of her followers expressed their support and understanding. Several fans apologized for their behavior, admitting that they hadn't realized the impact their actions had on Baylen. "I never thought about how uncomfortable it could make you feel. I'm sorry for copying your tics. I see now that it's not okay," one follower wrote in the comments. Other fans shared their own stories of living with similar conditions, showing solidarity with Baylen. "I have Tourette's syndrome too, and I get what you mean. People always make fun of my tics, and it's frustrating. Thank you for speaking out about it," one fan commented. These responses highlighted how Baylen's post had sparked a broader conversation about respect for people with neurological conditions and the impact of online behavior on individuals with disabilities. Not all responses were positive, however. A few fans defended their actions, arguing that they were simply trying to express their admiration for Baylen. These fans felt that they were not making fun of her, but rather showing appreciation for her unique personality. However, Baylen took the opportunity to educate them about the difference between appreciation and appropriation. It's important to realize that when someone has a medical condition, you can't just pick and choose which parts of their life you want to imitate. There's a fine line between admiration and disrespect, Baylen explained. "I know many of you mean well, but it's essential to think about how your actions might make someone else feel." Baylen's experience underscores the importance of creating supportive, respectful communities online. As the internet continues to play a pivotal role in how we connect with others, it becomes increasingly important to ensure that these spaces remain safe and considerate for everyone, regardless of their circumstances. Baylen's openness about her discomfort with the mimicry has sparked important conversations about how people with disabilities or medical conditions are often treated online. Her story emphasizes the need for empathy and understanding in online interactions, as well as the importance of educating others about the realities of living with invisible conditions. It also serves as a reminder that even in the seemingly harmless world of fandoms and social media interactions, there is a responsibility to treat others with dignity and respect. In the wake of Baylen's post, it's clear that her message has resonated with many of her fans. The conversation surrounding mimicry and respect has brought new awareness to the challenges faced by people with tics and other neurological conditions. Moving forward, it's essential for all of us to continue fostering empathy and understanding in our online interactions, especially when engaging with individuals who have conditions that are not always visible or understood. For Baylen, this experience has been a turning point. It has allowed her to educate her followers, not just about her personal struggles, but about the larger issues that people with disabilities face. By speaking out, she has turned an uncomfortable situation into an opportunity for growth and awareness. And in doing so, she has further cemented her position as not only a role model, but also an advocate for those whose voices might otherwise go unheard. As fans and followers, it's crucial to listen to the voices of those we admire, especially when they ask for respect and understanding. Baylen's plea is a reminder that behind the screens and the content we consume, there are real people with real struggles who deserve the same empathy and respect we would offer to anyone else in our lives. In the end, Baylen's message is simple: respect goes both ways. I appreciate you, and I hope you can appreciate me for who I truly am, not just for my tics, but for everything that makes me who I am. As Baylen continues to grow her platform, there's hope that her story will inspire others to think more deeply about the way they interact with people online and how they can create a more inclusive and respectful digital world for all. Baylen Out Loud Season 2 is coming to TLC. Baylen Dupree reacts. TLC, the popular network known for its unscripted shows that dive deep into the lives of unique and often extraordinary individuals, has made waves with the announcement of the return of Baylen Out Loud for a second season. The show, which follows the larger-than-life personality of Baylen Dupree, is a raw and unfiltered look into his life. giving viewers an unflinching glimpse into his world. With the overwhelming success of Season 1, it was no surprise that TLC greenlit a second season. But what does this mean for Baylen Dupree himself? And what can fans expect from the upcoming season? For those unfamiliar, Baylen Dupree is an influencer, social media personality, and budding entrepreneur who has taken the world by storm with his unique voice and infectious personality. Known for his charismatic and unapologetic approach to life, Baylen rose to fame primarily through his TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube presence, where he engages his audience with candid thoughts, humorous content, and insights into his day-to-day life. Baylen's approach to social media is refreshing in an era where perfection often reigns. He is open about his struggles, his vulnerabilities, and the moments of pure joy that make his life worth celebrating. It's this authenticity that has earned him a dedicated fan base, and it's why fans are so excited about the announcement of Baylen Out Loud Season 2. Season 1 of Baylen Out Loud gave viewers a chance to dive deep into Baylen's life. It explored his career, his friendships, and his journey of self-discovery as he navigated the highs and lows of being in the public eye. The first season was a hit, largely due to the raw emotion Baylen shared on screen and the relatable nature of his experiences. From navigating the pressures of social media fame to dealing with personal struggles, Season 1 felt like an open diary, and fans loved it. With the announcement of Season 2, fans are eager to know what comes next for Baylen. What new challenges will he face? What growth has he experienced since the first season? And what behind-the-scenes moments will we get to witness? In the trailer for the upcoming season, Baylen teases a more introspective journey. While he still brings his trademark humor and zest for life, Season 2 will take a deeper look at the emotional and mental toll that comes with living life in the public eye. There are moments of reflection, personal growth, and a more mature Baylen who is navigating new chapters of his life. Fans can also expect to see more of Baylen's close-knit circle of friends, who have been a constant source of support and comedy throughout his journey. Additionally, Season 2 promises to introduce new faces, people who will help Baylen grow, challenge him, and perhaps even push him out of his comfort zone. Given Baylen's dynamic personality, it's no surprise that the upcoming season will be filled with plenty of twists and turns. Baylen himself has teased that there will be moments of vulnerability this season, something that he hasn't always shared in the past. He wants to provide a more authentic glimpse into the challenges he faces, not just as an influencer, but as a person. This is a side of Baylen that fans have rarely seen, and it's clear that Season 2 will offer a fresh, yet still entertaining perspective on his life. When TLC confirmed that Baylen Out Loud was coming back for a second season, Baylen Dupree shared his excitement and gratitude with his followers. In a heartfelt social media post, he expressed how overwhelmed he felt by the love and support he has received from his fans since the first season aired. "I'm so thankful for the opportunity to continue this journey with all of you," Baylen wrote. "Season 1 was a huge moment for me, but I feel like Season 2 is going to show a new side of me. I'm excited to let you all in even more, to be real, raw, and unapologetic, because that's who I am." Baylen also revealed that the decision to return for another season wasn't one that he took lightly. He explained that being on a platform like TLC comes with a lot of responsibility, especially when it comes to sharing intimate details of his life. However, he felt that the opportunity to continue this open and honest conversation with his fans was one that he couldn't pass up. "I know that a lot of you have been with me since the beginning, and you've seen the growth, the struggles, and the triumphs. It's because of you all that I'm here, and I'm ready to take you on an even more personal ride this season," Baylen said in an emotional video message. In another post, Baylen shared how much he had learned about himself since the show's first season. "The first season was a big eye-opener for me," he explained. "I've learned a lot about being in the public eye and about the importance of self-care. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people don't see. I'm not perfect, but I'm always striving to be better and to use my platform to help others." As Baylen prepares to bring his fans along for another season of Baylen Out Loud, There's also a sense of anticipation about what the future holds for him beyond the show. His success on social media has opened numerous doors for him, including opportunities in the fashion and beauty industries, as well as potential business ventures. Baylen has hinted that he is working on several exciting projects, although he remains tight-lipped about the specifics. There is speculation that Season 2 could be a springboard for larger career aspirations, whether that means venturing into acting, launching his own line of merchandise, or even exploring other avenues in the entertainment industry. Whatever Baylen decides to do, one thing is clear: his fan base is going to be with him every step of the way. From his authentic online presence to the unfiltered moments showcased in Baylen Out Loud, Baylen has cultivated a loyal and engaged audience that is eager to see what's next for him. As we look ahead to Season 2 of Baylen Out Loud, it's important to reflect on the broader impact of the show. In a world where many reality TV stars rely on drama or shock value to maintain their audiences, Baylen's authenticity has been a refreshing change. His willingness to be vulnerable and his commitment to showing the truth behind the glitz and glamour of social media fame have made him a role model for many. Baylen's openness about his mental health struggles, his self-image issues, and his journey towards self-love has resonated with a wide audience. In a time when the pressures of social media can be overwhelming, especially for young people, Baylen's story offers a much-needed reminder that it's okay to not have everything figured out.